Hello, everybody. Welcome to Bushtracker Live, which is our daily dose of all things I'm a Celeb. And it's the big one. It is the live final of I'm a Celebrity 2020 tonight. I'm Vicky Newman, one of the senior celebrity reporters for Mirror Online. I'm joined by TV features writer Kyle O'Sullivan. If you're watching along, join in, let me know who you want to win, tell me your favourite moments, and ask for any questions that you might have. So obviously last night was a bit of a shocker, wasn't it? I didn't expect Shane to go, did you?
No, I mean, I thought he was obviously from the start. He was the early favourite to win, and I mean, I think you could see on his. I mean, who was it? One of them kept shouting like, "No way!" or like, "I can't believe
it was
it."
Vernon. He was really
Made it more awkward. I was like, a bit like baffled, and yeah, it was a bit of a weird one. That's got to be a bit of a blow to his ego.
Do you think? Yeah, Vernon was the one who was like, no way, just he couldn't get over it. I think that if from the start, you probably would have imagined that these four would kind of be the last ones left. But I didn't expect Shane to go last night. I was shocked at that. I thought he would at least be in the final three, and I kind of thought that he'd probably win, if I'm honest. So obviously the only ones left now are Vernon Kay, Jordan North, and Giovanna Fletcher. So who do you want to win, Kyle?
I think you've got to go Jordan. He's had the best sort of journey, as we like to say in there. He started as this like crying wimp on the side of a mountain, smashed all those trials, and he's been him and Shane together. I think the comedy element they've brought to the series, because most of it's been fairly dull, but I think Jordan's like sort of roller coaster sort of journey's really, but I don't know whether he peaked too soon, and maybe some of the others have done better later on. What about you think?
Yeah, well, I've sort of had Giovanna pegged from the start, and I have got a bet on her, so obviously I want her to win because I'll get drinks are on me next time we're in the pub. Yeah. But I think it's funny with her because a lot of people, when they've come out in the exit interviews, have talked about what a rock she's been in the camp and how much has been there for everybody, and that they wanted to win. But I don't feel like, as viewers, we've seen enough of that.
Yeah, I think that they've done her a dirty in the editing process there, haven't they? I mean, because it was, especially that first week, was the proper Jordan show. It was him on every seconds. Whereas, yeah, even Vernon as well. Like, have we actually sort of seen that much come out of him? I don't really know.
I think everyone has had the good moments and things, but I think that kind of throughout there has been like a main star all the way, hasn't there? And it was, like you say, right from the beginning, Jordan was a huge focus, and it was kind of all about him. And, you know, like you say as well, not to be all cliche, but he has been on a journey, and he has changed a lot, and he has grown a lot, and he's overcome a lot of fears. But obviously some people think that he kind of faked it a bit as well. There's that theory that he wasn't as scared as he made out. I don't know. Yeah. I don't think he could have faked it that well, if I'm honest.
I wouldn't have thought so. But there was the other night when he was like desperate to do the trial, and it was like, hang on, mate, you were like crying before the trial the other day. Like, how? Like, maybe he has got more confident, but it's like, would you really do that sort of 180? I'm not too sure on that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you don't know, do you? Because you don't know unless you're there, kind of how you would deal with that. And I guess, you know, if you're thrown in at the deep end to face your fears like he has been, you know, there's no reason to say that you won't overcome it and sort of become this kind of hero in the end, you know. Emily's got a question anyway about them leaving. She's saying, have you missed seeing them cross the bridge to the loved ones when voted out? I have missed this moment because it's really sweet and it's really lovely, and I've always liked that, especially for the winner, when they come out and they have that big emotional reunion with like the husband or the partner, whoever it is. I really like that. Do you?
Yeah, it's quite a big spectacle, isn't it? They go over that bridge, there's the fireworks, the confetti, whereas now they sort of stand on that weird little platform. There's a bit of fire, but it's not. And also, you get a bit of drama sometimes, because you remember the whole Caitlyn Jenner thing.
When no one was there for her, broke my heart.
Yeah,
Hope we
guys,
not.
get a bit of all like who's going to be there, like which ones, how they're going to react. So you've
Mhm.
missed out that little extra bit.
Yeah, it does. It feels a bit like an anticlimax, doesn't it, at the end when they've been through so much, and it's such a short space of time, but so much happens in that time. And like obviously Shane said last night when he watched the clips back of his sort of best bits that he'd sort of forgotten about some stuff, and he couldn't believe it when he sort of realized how much has happened in just 3 weeks.
Yeah, it must. I mean, obviously, you see like the friendships sort of go a lot faster than they would in the real world, and they've got their
Mm,
little group. Although it's quite sad they're not going to be able to. They've been going on about their reunion, and obviously we're not gonna. They're not going to be able
yeah.
to have that, and we're not going to see any sort of reunion show. I'm not sure. Usually they do like the coming out show. We see what happens to them afterwards, but who I don't know if they've got any plans for that this year.
Yeah. No, hopefully something might happen when, things are better and safer and we can do something like that. But I know that for now, the bookies kind of can't call it between Jordan and Giovanna. Vernon's not getting a look in, apparently. He's not the favourite by any stretch, but you don't know sometimes, there is a shock winner and it's someone who you didn't see coming. So who knows? He's obviously got a lot of fans out there. So
Well, and especially if we talk about last night's celebrity cyclone trial, he was obviously the standout performer. I mean, how he managed to ride that first wave, I'll never know. I mean,
yeah,
you got Jordan who can barely stand up at the start, and Vernon's like some sort of action man running through. I mean, look at him go! Like,
yeah. It was incredible how the rest of them really struggled to get to their point, and it seemed like it was going on for ages that they were head like
yeah,
trying to get there. And then, like you say, he starts running. He just does it in one go. He's there at his start. The water comes down. He manages to stay on his feet somehow to stay on the start. But then, obviously, there was the big shock as well last night where they did a second water release, and they've never done that before.
yeah.
So
I mean, good thing they had it. Otherwise, it would have been a bit of a like you were like, he's just jumped over it. But yeah, I mean, not that Jordan got knocked down about 6 times without even happening. I also noticed, definitely, I think Deck pointed out, someone on there definitely did not like Shane because the amount of balls that were hitting his face.
I wish I'd love to be that, like to be one of those people doing that would be so much fun.
I'd love to have the balls slapping my face.
Sarah's asking, do you not think Vernon has been underrated? What do you think?
Yeah, I do. Again, he's another one that he sort of seems to be a bit of a fatherly figure in there, and he's always comforting other people, and he's had a few emotional moments himself, like when he got given the robe to go to this bar. But yeah, I don't think we've seen maybe he's deserved a bit more airtime. I mean, he's done a couple of trials. I mean, he was really good in that one the other night, Giovanna, and the eating one, obviously. But yeah, I do think he's not got the plaudits that some of the others have.
I think he has had some really great moments, like you say. We've seen his emotional side. We've seen him, share about his family life, which we don't often hear much about. He's usually quite private. So it has been nice to sort of feel like you're getting to know him a little bit more. But yeah, this series in general, I've just really loved, and I felt like it's exactly what we needed right at the end of 2020. Like, it's been a rubbish year for everybody, and this was just that little bit of normality. It's something that we'll look forward to all year. So it was amazing that it even got to go ahead and that we've had so much fun with it.
Oh yeah, I mean the planning and the social distancing and all that, and obviously there was Wales went into lockdown and England, and then you didn't know what was going to happen. So yeah, as you say, to put it all on, get it in this castle. But I think it's been quite. I mean, it's probably not been as exciting as an Australian series, but as you say, there have been some stand-up moments, and it's been nice to maybe mix it up a bit and have it somewhere different for a change.
Yeah, definitely. I've really enjoyed it in Wales. I'd like to see them kind of go back to the castle again. I'm hoping that it might even be like 2 a year now, and they'll do a castle one,
Yeah.
a jungle one. That would be the dream for me because I love it.
We've spent all year doing these. We love it.
It's a lot of money as well, but ITV's loaded. It's fine.
Yeah.
Have you got any like favourite standout moments from the series? Do you think?
So the one for me, it's been going on the last few days, but Mo attempting to be on EastEnders and the whole the back butcher thing last night, it cracked me up, and he has actually. I mean, when he first started, he couldn't even do a grumbly accent, let alone. But he's got better. I mean, there, look at him strangling Shane. Like, he's probably going for it. Yeah, I mean, I don't think Steve McFadden's got much to be worried about, but who knows? Maybe Mo could get a little guest appearance. And I think have we got a clip that we can look at of Mo?
You just got to get a walk. Get a walk. Come on, follow me around. So you're Phil Mitchell walking through Albert Square like this, right? Alfie, this is my manor.
Alfie, this is my manor.
Right. Alfie, arches now.
Alfie, arches now.
That's it. Keep going around.
I'm going to learn some more Cockney from Alfie, mate. You know what I mean? Cat. Alfie. Oh, sorry, cat.
You seen Peggy?
You see Peggy?
Yeah. No. You seen Peggy?
You seen Peggy?
That's right. Right, I'll see you in the Queen Vic later.
I'll see you in the Queen Vic later.
That's it. Later.
Later.
No, not to. Forget the to. Later.
Later.
That's better.
I'll see you in the Queen Vic later.
See you in the Queen Vic later.
No smiling.
No smiling. Phil, don't smile.
Smile.
Alfie?
Alfie?
You still with that cat?
His accent needs some work still, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. The fact that they're just like walking around in a circle, like trying to do the walk, it's just what is going on?
I know. There's so little to do in there, isn't there?
Well, yeah, exactly. You see,
how else do you pass the time?
I say another great moment was like with the hide and seek the last night. I was just, Jordan, like terrified of just a few pillows in the bed. Yeah, that was. I mean, he definitely had been eyeing up places to hide all series.
Yeah, I just think next year we'll absolutely need to see more cameo in EastEnders. But he's so happy and smiley. He could never play a villain. Like even when he's walking around, they're going to stop smiling.
And how about you? What was your one of your favourite moments of the series?
So mine's also a Mo Farah moment. When he did, I can't remember the name of it, but he did that first trial on his own where he had to unlock like the little vaults and put his hand in to find the stars. And there was this moment where some kind of offal and fish guts, whatever it was, fell down from above him, and it just like took his feet from underneath him, and he just fell on the floor. And I was absolutely creased. It just made us laugh so much.
He has been exceptional in the trials. I mean, that like his little screams he does, like like this. He's a knight of the realm. He's won countless gold medal, and like, I mean, that one the other night when he just sat in the chair and nothing had even fallen down yet, and he was like screaming out.
I mean, who do you think? Obviously, not who's going to win, but who's whose career is going to totally change after this? Because I can see more cropping up a lot more. Obviously, Jordan, a bit like Roman Kemp, where we knew who he was, but he's become a lot more famous since doing the show. Who do you think is going to really benefit this year?
I do think Jordan. He was pretty unknown by most people, really, and has actually coming. I think Bev said he's going to be a megastar, and I can see him getting a lot of deals, a lot more like TV show, as you say, like Roman Kemp. I think he's the one that sort of maybe needs to win it more than the other two. But then you have got a lot of people like Vernon and Shane, who were obviously very famous in their day and have gone quiet for a bit, and you'd think that this would sort of reignite their careers.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's kind of the best of both worlds on this show, isn't it? You get, like you say, you get those kind of up and coming stars who you might not know as well, but they go into the show, and all of a sudden, the fan base grows so huge, and they go on to do bigger and better things afterwards than they would have before. And then you get, like you say, your Vernons, etc., who, kind of haven't been around very much lately, but we'll get to see them again, and we'll get to learn more about them. And, people have said that when they go in the show, it's impossible to sort of fake being nice and fake your personality because it's too full on being filmed 24/7. You can't pretend to be something you're not.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And yeah, I mean, and obviously with the pandemic and stuff, I suppose a lot of these guys will have been out of work or not at their usual jobs. So yeah, it'd be nice to get them back out there again. And who knows? I must say, before we end, the one moment we have to speak about again is Mega Shag.
Right. Yes.
I think that will go down in history.
Oh my God, Beverly's face when she watched the clip back, she was mortified, wasn't she? It was like she didn't realise that we were all together.
A few of them have said that, and you're like, I suppose, yeah, if you're getting filmed all day, every day, you suddenly forget about it, and then you're like, oh God, like, word vomit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the setup is camera-wise. Is there literally people stood there with a camera, or are the cameras all like mounted on the walls and stuff like that, like a bit like Big Brother?
Yeah, I don't, because you never really see in Big Brother. You see the cameras a bit, don't you? You see the movement. On the celeb, it's more. I suppose in the jungle, it's quite easy to hide, like camouflage them a bit, don't you? I've heard like, oh, there's cameramen in the bushes and things like that. It's a lot harder in the castle, but maybe, I don't know, they're behind portraits and whatnot.
But yeah, Beverly's like joined in on the joke a bit now as well, hasn't she? I think she posted a picture, I'm not sure if it was last night or the night before, where she was like back with Mega Shag, and she posted a little selfie of them together.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I bet he's buzzing, to be fair, because that is a good nickname to be given.
Yeah. If you're going to get on, yeah. Like Red United, yeah.
But yeah, so obviously, like we say, tonight it all comes to an end. It's very exciting, and we're going to find out the first ever king or queen of the castle. Just before we go, what Susan's saying, she's saying this year has been the best ever. I don't want it to stop. They're all winners for everything they have achieved, especially Jordan with his fear of heights and snakes. I've never laughed so much. Well done, everyone. And Merry Christmas. Oh, Merry Christmas to you as well, Suzanne. But yeah, I totally agree. I think it's exactly what we needed this year. And it's just been so fun to watch, and I don't want it to end either. I feel like it's over too quickly.
No, I know it's kept this. I mean, there's not a lot on TV at the minute, and it's just kept us going for 3 weeks. Yeah, it'll be sad. But next year, hopefully, back in Australia.
Yeah. Yeah, and we need the really brutal trials back, don't we? We need the giant spiders, the crocodiles, and all those things that we just didn't get this year. I've still loved it, but it just felt a little bit tamer, didn't it, compared to what we used to.
Having a fluffy dog on a lead isn't exactly the same, is it?
That wolf was literally somebody's pet, wasn't it?
Yeah, there's someone on the street there like, oh yeah, we haven't got anything, can you come in? Yeah, just not and like, yeah, not throwing in a few naked mole rats or whatever. Just didn't come.
Yeah, I mean, what's scarier than a rat? A rat with no clothes on, apparently. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching, and make sure you tune in tonight, 9 o'clock on ITV, to find out the first ever king or queen of the castle. Thank you.